What's up, beautiful souls? Hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. Your boy Loon is back with another Reddit read, and today we are diving down one of your guys' absolute favorites on the channel, r/IncelTears. For those of you guys that are new to this subreddit, IncelTears is a subreddit that explores some of the worst types of incels out there, and I'm not talking about, you know, the average chill incel that's involuntary celibate. I'm talking about some of the worst types that are downright either cringy, dark, or just aggressive towards women and just say very, very hateful things. Every single time we do one of these, it is always a wild ride. So I'm excited to explore this, but I'm also, you know, dreading it at the same time. All right, let's get straight into it. We got the top post of the week on IncelTears, but real quick, guys, actually, look at my cats. They're so cute. They're just sleeping. They're sleeping as if they pay rent here. All right, so top post of the week is titled The Real Black Pill. And you know, these guys, they spew black pill ideology, which is just, it's a goofy one. Why dating is hard for guys. And we have guys and girls that all steer towards, I hate Nazis. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a pretty minimal thing and requirement in terms of dating. I think all guys and girls kind of feel that way. And then we got the other tiers of guys are, I voted for Trump. That's funny. I gotta be careful even saying that on here. Crazy. I listened to the Joe Rogan Experience. That one's, it depends. It depends. If you're a hardcore JRE, like, oh, I live and die by JRE and everything he believes in, I am a firm advocate for, that I can see definitely being a mega ultra red flag. But if you're just listening to JRE here and there, same with any podcast, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'll listen to JRE probably once a month if somebody really prominent's on, but it's never anyone political. I always like very specific people, like Chris Williamson. When he was on JRE, I was like, oh, this is like one of my guys. All right, cool, I'll listen to this. It's never for Joe, though. I drive a Cybertruck. I love how that's a criteria. I will admit, the Cybertruck is just a goofy-ass car to drive. I call women females. Oh, yeah, dude. Guys, when are we going to learn that girls don't like that, women don't like that? So for obvious reasons, why would you call them that and expect them to like you back? I'm transphobic. Oh, yeah, that is a pretty obvious, actually not even just pretty, a mega obvious red flag. If anyone is hateful towards any group that has done no harm to them, you're a villain, bro. Like, honestly, you're on all for one level in My Hero. Yeah. All right. So the comments say someone driving a Cybertruck just tells me that they have low intelligence. That's funny. I mean, I've met some decent like Cybertruck owners. I just think the car itself is a silly one. And you know what's crazy too? I'm gonna say with the exception of maybe the Cybertruck and JRE, I don't know. All of this can sometimes correlate with one another. Like, you can find somebody that drives a Cybertruck. He's probably more likely to listen to Joe Rogan, probably more right-winged. And I don't know if you would call women females, but I had to take a gambling bet on Giraffe. All right, next one. Oh my gosh. I have to be very careful with how I read this one. It says, sweet baby Jesus. I'm actually going to blur it for a second just to make sure. Wow. Yep. Let's see. It says, I want to beat my mom to the D word. I don't want to get demonetized. That's crazy. Why would you say that? And of course, it's on IncelIS. I think I can show this part. I'm not going to show what's below this, and I'm just going to read it. This vile human being here on IncelIS says, nasty skin 514 oid with AF has the audacity to tell me what to do. Brother, she's your mom. What the fuck do you mean? What? Your mom and dad are the people who are supposed to raise you. That's their job. So they have to teach you things. What? Dumb C is successful in America because of my father. Okay. This little thinks because she was decent looking when she married my dad, she can tell me how to live. Nasty, dumb, effing C word. I hope my mom gets hard, to be honest. That, honestly, when I see a post like this on IncelTears, I'm not even, and I'm not laughing at it. I'm not even gonna like belittle the person who said it. If anything, I'm honestly sad for this person, for him to live a life where he's so hateful towards others that somebody who's trying to help him and what seems like telling him what to do in probably to benefit, and I would gamble that it's to benefit his own being, teaching him things. And then to say something disgusting and vile like this, matter of fact, to say something like this in general, like it doesn't matter. Even if your parents weren't that great of a parents, to say something like you hope your mom gets, that is fucking disgusting. And like, I feel bad for this person because, you know, his life must have been very, very dark for it to get to this point. I hope as he gets older, he realizes how stupid it is to think of this and have this type of hateful mentality, because it's not really going to get you anywhere. I mean, you can be hateful as much as you want, but that's not going to give you any steps towards wherever you're trying to go. Wow. That honestly angered me. I love my mom. I love my dad. What the hell? And then the whole thing with saying like she only got that because she convinced his dad to marry. I don't know. That's disgusting. We're moving on from that one. I don't even want to talk about that one. I've been lurking incel sites, common incel types. Okay. I've been lurking incel types and the common incel types. All right. So we got a breakdown of 9 different types of incel types. And you know, honestly, when we first started these series of IncelTears and IS and all that, I wasn't really much of an expert on this topic, but through the help of you guys, some other incels in the community too, like the good incels, I'm going to say the nice ones, they've given me a lot of knowledge on this community. And I feel like I'm not going to say I'm an expert, but I know a fair bit more than the common person. I have to explain this to my girlfriend sometimes. All right, so we got the S having haters. Hates not only women, chads, and chadlites, but hates all people who has ever had S. Sends D threats to incels who have quote unquote ascended. Is the most picky, bizarrely, therefore they are a volcel. No women, quote unquote, no women is good enough for me because they are all used up roasties. I want a white virg who's 18 years old only. All right, if we were to rank in a tier list from the best to like normal incels and like goofy, like being the top tier, this is mega ultra goofy. This is the S tier type of incels, the type that are just like, bro, like if you're gonna hate everyone, and this, the whole thing with them hating other incels that ascended, the whole point of this is for you to help each other, right? Like you're complaining, I get that, you're venting, but you're also wanting to ascend in theory, right? And have S, because that's what you guys are arguing about and like complaining about. All right, so we got the next one, the pill popper. Okay. Teen love pill, black pill, orange pill, perma virgin pill, destiny pill. This guy believes in it, especially hung up on predetermination and the theory that if you don't have romantic success in youth under 15 years old, you never will. Exceedingly gullible and frequently manipulated by IQ cell and S having hater. This one is actually, in my opinion, it's not that bad. It's a little goofy and cringe. Like I'd put it like a C tier type of incel. I don't mind having discussions with someone who is a pill popper. They're definitely very firm in their beliefs. And we see that even in our comment sections. I think the last stream, we had a whole like 30-minute discourse regarding pills. And like, that's fine. It's kind of like debating somebody who is really deeply into a religion or something. I'm going to believe what I believe. They're going to believe what they believe. And hopefully we're actually able to have a discussion. So I don't actually think these are that bad. Unless they evolve into something like this. All right, government mandated girlfriends. Believe that the male loneliness epidemic is caused by women having free choice. Oh my God. We've seen this a lot. If the government gives me a 8 out of 10 white virgin GF, all of society problems would be solved. Yeah, that's a silly one. Women are children in oversized bodies and should be treated as such. Ew. Believes that he is owed unconditional S, love, and devotion without putting any work in. Yeah, that's a pretty bad one. I'm going to say it's a step under. I'd say this is like in terms of S being like the worst, and I guess that's a weird way to put it. We'll just say this is the ultra most goofy right here, the S having hater. Government mandated GFs is a tier right under them. And then pill poppers, honestly, I don't really have that much of a problem with. Like, pill poppers are fine. IQ cell posts walls of incel theory text is either genuinely deranged or makes interesting critiques of the gender divide and the male loneliness epidemic. I like reading about the theories of attraction and true long-lasting love is really built upon. What is attraction? How much of a black pill constitutes a fabrication or fabric of reality? And even then, is it a unanimous choice by society? You know what? Out of the 9 of these, this might be my top tier incel for me to talk to. Like, well, not top tier, like incel. How do I word it? This is probably the best form of an incel because it's someone who is willing to discuss the whole conversation and the topic of something I like to discuss, which is it societal or is it like our own choices and stuff? I like this one. IQ cell. These are some intelligent motherfuckers, or at least trying to be intelligent towards the conversation. All right, old and jaded cell. Typically 30 plus, neat incels who have given up on participating in life and offer peaks of the road ahead of young cells. They have no job prospects, no love in their life, no social connection other than niche internet groups, and are plodding along the road to unalive. I've conversed with them. All hatred has fled, leaving only a deep void of loneliness. I feel bad for these people more than anything. I don't have any problem with them. I just feel bad because I know like anybody who's giving up kind of like hope in general, like it's a sad thing. So yeah, I don't have a problem with them either. Extra misogynistic. Okay, this might be one of the worst. The world's casters solely is to women. Oh, the world caters solely to women, and white men are the most oppressed members of society. Blames women for all his problems. He has cancer. It's because of women, or no women have been with him, causing him to develop stress-related cancer. Calls women roasties and claims that all women are used up and have hit the wall by the age of 25. Even if an incel gets a girlfriend, EM will claim that the man is a beta buxer and will never be loved by a Chad. Believes women are incapable of love and genuine emotion. Yeah, this is gonna go hand in hand with the S having a hater. I mean, this is one of the worst type of incels. The ones that we explore that I goof at the most is probably this group. Cuddle desperate. Doesn't even hate women or chads anymore, is just desperately lonely and wants to be held and loved. Has given up on trying to bag us. Stacy just wants a girl to hold him and kiss him and tell him that she loves him. Often autistic and otherwise, and D has no social interaction with and just wants someone to be with. I want to give them a hug, bro. Yeah, honestly, yeah, no, I feel bad for these people too. Kind of similar to the old and jaded. I mean, see, in my opinion, the cuddle desperate and the IQ cell, maybe the old and jaded, if they were to shift their mentalities up, or possibly too. I'm gonna say if they were to shift their mentality, they're only a couple steps away from quote unquote ascending, like, and getting a girl. Like they're really, they aren't terrible human beings. Some of them are if they dive into these groups, but they're just lacking, either confidence or something that gets them there. Looks maxer, generally in the early throes of inceldom, and is attempting to reverse his KHHV existence, but I don't know what that means, by going to the gym, working on his style, hair, skin, etc. Believes he can become a HTN if he works hard enough. Black-pilled enough to recognize the importance of looks, but not black-pilled enough to think it is all determined at birth. I actually don't have a problem with them at all either. I mean, this is going to fall in the category of like, you're only missing a little bit, like the social aspect, the understanding of kind of like how dating works more than anything, but you're at least working on being better. I actually enjoy the looks maxers. When we explored the looks maxer, or what was it called? Forum. It wasn't actually that bad. Some of it was, but most of it was better than IS. All right, we have the escort maxer. Oh God, these are goofy. Given up on finding relationships, spends his money on escorts and S dolls, then B's about them not feeling real. Still unable to escape inceldom, the newest definition of having S with someone who legitimately desires you. Can't wait for AI girlfriends and artificial wombs. Believes women will be obsolete with advanced enough technology. I'm going to put this in pretty disgusting too. And you know what? I'm actually going to, I'd put it right next to the extra misogynistic sex having behavior and the government mandated girlfriends. Those 4 are the incels that we really dive into in IT and IS that are like really bad. These, they're not that bad. unless they evolved into the others. Yeah, I have hope for these 5 groups of incels. There needs to be a label for undercover incels, because IRL, I've met guys who seem normal and well adjusted and weren't super ugly, but the more I got to know them, the more I realized that they were an incel, and they covertly reference shit that incels do. These are the most extreme cases if you meet incels in real life versus the internet. A lot of them hide it and are just seem like geeky, nerdy guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some incels out there are genuinely just chill dudes. Like, I've met a lot, and I have friends. I mean, in theory, don't we all start it as incels, involuntary celibate? But then, like, I guess the whole movement made it more of like a actual way of life than it is just like the definition itself. All right, this next one says, another gem from Indian misogynist or misogyny sub. Oh, brother. Okay. The title of the original post says, female therapists should have S with their incel patients. What? Not only is that like violation of anything professional, but why? You guys realize that when you're given something in life, like these incels that believe that they should just be given it all, it takes away from the whole thing of it. You know, if you just get whatever you want, there's no fun in anything. I mean, read the Myth of Sisyphus, dude, honestly. Anyways, let's continue. In my opinion, female therapists is, if they really want to fix incels, they should have S with them. They can charge more if they feel like, I mean, this will help indeed a patient with his self-confidence and about getting better in bed. You know what? I don't think these guys realize that, yes, can getting S lead to self-confidence? Yeah, for sure. But it can also not fulfill everything. I mean, take it from someone who has had a decent amount of S in their life. There was points in my life and being in the streets, quote unquote, where I felt super empty and void, especially after like a one night thing. Like, I was super dulled, and like, it was fun, the chase of it and getting the girl and achieving, you know, whatever intimacy. But then after it, you're like, man, what the hell is the point of it, all of that? And then you realize that being in a relationship with someone that you actually care about, like the actual, and beyond just physical stuff, like that is so much more longer lasting dopamine and enjoying than just getting one off, you know? And I know these guys don't have anything to reference because they haven't gotten that yet, but I would hope that they're striving and achieving for a much more fulfilling life than just one specific goal of like, oh, I can't wait to nut. It's like a squirrel. And about getting better in bed, unlike what they said, work on yourself, you get better and you are getting better and giving shitty tasks, which you end up in nothing ever happening. Also, it's not like they don't F their Chad patients. They would do it for free. It's so over. Bro, who, where, what? You've been watching way too many movies and shows to think that. Now, are there therapists out there that do violate code and do that stuff? 100%. But I'm going to make an argument that it's probably more guy therapists than anything. But I don't think that that's like common at all, though. People are professionals. These people need to be institutionalized. Instead of trying to heal, they estualize therapists. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are just missing like really good parents in their life and really good influences. So this is the hole they get into. And then also like social media, I think has a big role because it's going to feed you this like guck that you're hating. And then you continue to hate more because you're seeing it all the time. To any incel lurkers who believe this in this post, just F each other. You have more in common with each other and you're already on the same level. So you don't need to get an icebreaker. Stop expecting women from wherever walks of life to do it. Yeah. I mean, to an extent, I can kind of agree with that. Like, if you guys just hate women so much, then just date each other. I mean, I'm not even like joking in a way, kind of being honest with that. This whole sub, yikes, r/assmen. You know, I have been very curious about the ask men sub. I might actually explore that in a future video because a lot of the subreddits that we explore go from this subreddit. I made a post asking why some men are afraid of women. I expect replies from people talking about past traumas related to female figures and how this makes it hard for them to communicate with women. But they know it's something subjective to their experiences. I wanted to learn more about people who go through this stuff. What I learned though is that women hold all the prestige and power in our society, and that any woman that doesn't like you may accuse you of abuse, and that no joking, they literally said this. You should record every one-on-one interaction you have with women. Why does that sound like the experience of people who have never spoke to real women? I wonder. Yeah, what? I feel like any like normal dude trying to guide another dude would be like, dude, don't do this. 50% of asks could be answered with individual women are all different, and your experience with one doesn't mean anything about women as a whole. Dude, yes. Oh my God. Like, I've been trying to instill this in the incels that I talk to. Like, every girl's different. Stop generalizing them. Yeah, are some girls gonna suck? 1,000,000%. Are some girls gonna be awesome sauce? 1,000%. Also, girls are like equally autistic as us, guys. I've met some really goofy goobers. The other 50% could be answered with, have you tried talking to your wife, girlfriend, interest? Yeah. Yeah, it's a silly time. Oh my gosh, I just saw this next one and I got to blur it. They want to be oppressed so bad. Okay, so we're on r/pro male memes. Weird. And it says hashtag teach women not to R word. What? We have a girl here. I don't know how real this picture is, but we have a girl with a sign and it says men are the primary victims of R word, not women. Teach women not to. I'm pretty sure statistically that's not true. I can't pull this all up because of the word, but I'm on a rain.org who has statistics on the actual demographics of R-word victims. And we have 82, this is disgusting, by the way. Like, all of this is just so fucking vile. 82% of all juvenile victims are women or female, and 90% of adult R-word victims are women. So what the hell is this even saying? Like, I don't know. We're moving on. That's stupid. Incel gatekeeping. Okay. You can't come in here. Oids, no girls allowed. Incel. Oh yeah, IS or me, you know, same form. What on earth makes you think I wanted to go to that stupid form in the first place? Incels. Stupid oids. Yo, it really be like that, man. There's so like gatekeeping and like, oh, let us wallow in our misery alone. We don't want any help from anyone, especially the group that we want to figure out. No help from them though. We got to figure it out ourselves. But then we don't want to figure it out because if you figure it out, you're ascending and we don't like you. That's literally IS. I'm like, it's so confusing. It's like, how do they actually get anywhere? Dude, these are all so bad. Why is the R word popping up so much? No, incel, we would not R word women. Okay. Oh my gosh. This guy is always on IS and he pops up a lot. The title of this says, I genuinely feel like all women should, wait, hold up. Let me read this one more time. I genuinely feel like all men would R word women eventually if they could freeze everyone. No. If you had the power to freeze the world and you're thinking about that, you are a disgusting human being. And it also shows that you're obviously not comfortable or confident enough to do it outside. And again, it comes back to the whole thing of like, look, if you're just given this, it's not fun. I'm telling you guys, I know you guys think it's fun because you guys have never felt it. But if you're just given it, especially all the time, like, it's not going to be as fun as you guys think. There is the enjoyment in the process of getting to that point too. I don't know how I'm going to explain it to these guys because they're not going to be able to understand. But see, in my head, when I'm thinking of everything freezing, I'm thinking of like way different things. I'm thinking of like pranking. Pranking would be awesome if you if you could freeze the world. I'm also thinking of like ways I could get like rich off of that. I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty. But anyways, the post that the guy said, he says, and the reason I say freeze everybody is because stopping time would mean the end of all life on the planet. For stopping time to work, it would have to be more so freezing every human on Earth or within a certain radius. Their bodies would have to still function and take in oxygen. It would be more like they're asleep than rather being stopped in time. And that's how I know this person just watches way too much Corn in the Cob, because there's an actual category for this kind of thing called free use, which is just silly. Anyways, if any man with a S drive could do this, I have a hard time believing that they wouldn't start blanking women. Even if not right away, eventually they would, because since they know no one else would know. Even the most pure and kindest man, if he has a strong S drive and were to go many months or a year without release, no way he won't go at least once. I'm confused. Are we saying that it's forever frozen? Forever frozen, I could maybe see it more, but like if you have the ability to freeze, I don't think like all guys would do that. That's a crazy claim. Yeah, and how do they even come up with this? Someone said, how do they genuinely come up with this thoughts? I don't know. We move on. The incels are going to have a meltdown over this one. All right, we got a Vogue article here. Is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? They're going to be like, oh, you see these incels, they're the worst. They didn't even want to have boyfriends with us or be girlfriend, boyfriend with us. Most annoying quote used commonly by MRIs or men's rights advocates. I don't know. I guess that's men's rights advocates. r/men's rights. Someone posted, only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something. No, I think the only thing that is loved unconditionally, okay, like genuinely, are my cats. I love these goobers. Look at them. Gave them their kisses for the day, their allowance. No, I don't think. I mean, animals, yeah. I mean, they should be, but even then, you see like those like crazy situations, and they pop up every now and then in my news where someone's being a villain to children, dogs, women, men. Dude, everybody, no one's technically loved unconditionally by any means. That's just a statement that comes from comparison and envy, if anything. All right, last one of the day. Being an incel is so hard. It's like living in an IRL harem anime. People seek what they don't have. Attractive people are first popular within their own race, so they don't have to seek partners from other race. What? I don't even know how that is a thing, because I would think that you're also impacted by the environment that you grew up in. And although this can be true with people seek what they don't have in certain circumstances, some people are the opposite. They influence because they're in an environment. Like for instance, you take somebody who grew up in another culture, they're probably going to find that type of women or that type of men attractive first. So this is a silly claim. So they don't have to seek partners from other races. Okay, I want Asian babies. That's, yeah. It goes down to guys just being hateful for no reason. But anyways, I have a flight to catch. By the time that this video airs, I'll probably already be home from this trip, but we're taking a little weekend trip. But yeah, I love you guys so much. I know the incels out there, not all, some of the incels, you guys are welcome in the community. You guys are sick because you guys are respectful. And then some of the incels, they're going to hate this and they're going to say some dirty things, but it's okay because I still love them and I love all of you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys are new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell. We do stuff like this almost every single day. We also stream like once a week almost. Yeah, and I hope to catch you guys then. See you guys in the next video. Bye.